Hello and welcome back to The Deployment Guy, a channel designed to help people navigate the world of Microsoft Intune. In today's video, we're going to talk about Autopilot Device Preparation and a couple of other things you may want to configure along the way, so please do watch until the end. Now, some people are referring to device preparation as Autopilot V2. I do think Microsoft have made a good start at attempting to make the enrolment process a bit easier, but I think in its current state, it's not quite there replacing traditional Autopilot just yet. Now, with traditional Autopilot, you pre-import a device using the hardware hash, essentially telling Intune that it's a corporate device before it's even enrolled. With device preparation, the enrolment is more user-based, which eliminates any need to import hardware hashes. There are pros and cons to using device preparation, which we'll get into during the video. Before we set up Autopilot Device Preparation, the first thing we need to do is create a couple of groups. Okay, let's open a web browser, and we'll go to Microsoft Intune. And then we'll select groups. Now we need a user group and a device group, so we'll select new group. We'll call this one Autopilot Device Preparation, and this is our user group. Under membership type, we'll leave it as assigned. We don't need to select any owners, but we'll put a couple of members in here. So we'll add in Josh Brownhill and Josh Cullen. Select that and then select create. Next, we need the device group. So we'll select new group. Group name will be Autopilot Device Preparation. And then device. Under membership type, we don't need to add any members in, but we do need to add a specific owner in for this to work. So if we select on owners, in the search bar we'll type in Intune, and the bottom one, Intune Provisioning Client, this is the one we need to add. Now I've seen it called a couple of different things, but if you scroll to the right and you see the number here, if you just look for that and then add that in. So we'll select that and then select create. And if we give that a refresh, there we go. The two device preparation groups are now there. So once the groups are created, we can now crack on and create the Autopilot Device Preparation policy. To do this, we'll select devices, then enrolment. We'll select device preparation policies. Then we'll select create. There's a short introduction. If you want to read this, you can, but for the purpose of the demo, I'm just going to select next. Under basis, we'll give it a name, so we'll call it Autopilot Device Preparation Policy. I'm going to target my staff with this. Then select next. For the device group, we're going to set the group that we previously created. What basically happens here is when a device is enrolled using device prep, it lands in this group here. So we'll select that. And then select next. Configuration settings, there's not a great deal we can do in here. Deployment mode, we've got the option of user driven, nothing more. The deployment type, we've got the option of single user, again, nothing more. And under join type, we've literally got Microsoft Entra joined. There's no hybrid options there. Under user account type, we've got standard user or administrator. We can switch that on or off. Under minutes allowed before showing installation error, default is 60. We can change it to whatever we want, so we'll just do 30. Custom error message, you can put anything in here that you like. If you've got phone numbers for your IT support team, you can put those in here. Allow users to skip setup after multiple attempts. I'm going to switch that off. And show links to diagnostics. I'll leave that switched on. So we can have the policy install apps for us as well. Like it says here, the apps have to be deployed to the device group to begin with. But if we select add, for this we'll select company portal and we'll select Microsoft 365 apps. We'll save that. If you've got any PowerShell scripts, you can deploy them as well. We don't, so we'll just select next. Scope tags, we'll skip through this. And under assignments, this is the user group we previously created. So we'll select Autopilot Device Preparation User. Select next. And then save on that. So I don't have those apps deployed just yet. So if we go into apps, select Windows. The first one was Company Portal. I'll select that. Properties. Under assignments, I'm going to add a group. And I'm going to deploy this to the device group. So Autopilot Device Preparation Device. Select on that. Review and save. Save again. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for the Microsoft apps. So select that. Again, properties, under assignments, add a group. And then we'll just select the same device group again. Select. And then review and save again. Now we have our groups and preparation policy set up. We have essentially allowed our users to enroll any device, whether works or personal, into Intune. This obviously isn't ideal, as more than likely we're going to get some of your users accidentally enrolling personal devices, which you don't need to manage, and they certainly won't want you to manage. To prevent this, we use device restriction policies. A lot of you may already have this set up, but if you don't, I'll quickly show you how to set these up. So if we go under Devices, Enrollment, then Device Platform Restriction. There is a default one which you can edit, but I do prefer to create my own. So in the default one, you can see that by default everything is allowed. We'll select Create Restriction, we'll give it a name. So we'll call it Windows Device Restriction. And then select Next. MDM, obviously we'll leave that to allowed. If you want to select a minimum or maximum operating system version, you can. But the bit we're interested in is personally owned devices. We want to select blocked on this. And then select Next. Next again. And then we want to deploy this to a group, so you can do all users or any group you want. We'll just do all users. Select Next. And then Create. As already mentioned, with traditional Autopilot, devices are imported using hardware hashes, which technically marks that device as corporate during the enrollment. When enrolling a device using device preparation, which is done by the user, Intune has no idea whether it's corporate or a personal device. Now, we've just blocked personal devices, so if we try and enroll a new device now, it's going to fail. So how do we tell Intune that our devices are corporate? This is where corporate device identifiers come in. So if we select Devices, Enrollment, and at the top we'll select Corporate Device Identifiers. Here we'll select Add. We've got two options, Upload CSV, Enter manually. Under manually we've got IMEI and serial number. This is more for mobile devices. If we select Upload CSV file, we've got an extra option, which is Manufacturer Model Serial Number, Windows only, and the option to upload a CSV file. Now, I'll quickly give you a demonstration on how we can create the CSV file. Okay, so if we open Command Prompt, and then we'll type in this command here, which I'll put in the description. So it's wmic csproduct get vendor name identifying number. It gives us a serial number of the device, the model, and also the vendor. So to create the CSV, I'll just quickly open Notepad, and I want to copy in. The first thing I need is the vendor. So it's Microsoft Corporation. We'll copy and paste that into Notepad. Next, I need the model. So I'll copy and paste a virtual machine. And the final thing that I need is this serial number. So I'll just copy and paste that. When it lets me. There we go. Paste that in there. Then we'll go to File, Save As. We'll give it a name of, we'll just call this Device Prep Demo. Save as type, we'll put all files, and then we'll do .csv on the end of the name. Then select Save. We'll close Notepad, and also Command Prompt. Okay, so if I drop this down now and select manufacturer, model and serial number, Windows only, I can now browse the CSV file we just created, which was on the desktop. So I'll select the CSV file, select open, and then add. Okay, there we have it. That device has now been imported in. It's now classed as a corporate device. So, as with all my videos, I do like to provide a demonstration of everything working, just to prove that what I've shown you works. I will now run through the OOBE, just so you can see how this now looks. So our test machine will quickly go through the OOBE. So we've got all the usual options. So we'll select United Kingdom, the country, select yes. Our language, we'll select United Kingdom again. We'll skip the keyboard layout. We'll accept the agreement. It's a few moments. And now we'll sign in with one of the users that we added to the group earlier on. So j.cullen@deploymentguy.co.uk. Select next. Enter a password. And then sign in. With my not-so-logical editing skills, I've sped up these next few bits. So with traditional Autopilot, we used to use enrolment status pages. Now, the obvious thing with device preparation policies during the OOBE is that we now have this progress bar. Once again, with the magic of editing, I've shortened this next bit. Now, this next bit is the part of device preparation that I'm not a big fan of. In my honest opinion, it asks far too many questions to the end user here. So we'll just quickly skip through all these. I give the default answers. Okay, once that's done, it's going to reach out and try and do Windows updates. We'll just skip past all this bit. So once the updates are done over the login screen, we'll sign in our user, which was j.cullen. We'll enter his password. Once logged in, go to the start menu under all apps, and we look down. Yep, we can see Excel. We can see Microsoft Teams, Outlook's there, PowerPoint, Word, all the Office apps. If we scroll back up under company photo, yep, that's installed and looks like it's just updated. So everything's worked pretty much how we expected. In a nutshell, that's a quick demonstration of Autopilot device preparation. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.